Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hangover Cure podcast. Today, it's been a long break, first and foremost. We've been really busy for like the past few weekends and we could just finally cramp in an episode today. But also, if you don't notice, we are one person less or one person short. Sarah couldn't be here today because she got a little procedure done and she can't really talk. So she said, I'm going to be scary looking. I can't really talk. So she's in here. So today, obviously, if you don't know, I'm Luna.
And I'm Alex.
I'm Riley.
And today we're going to talk about first time. Since today's our first time without Sarah. We're it's kind of weird having just the three of us. I'm used to someone looking to my right and she's right there, but now it's just Riley.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess we can just get started and talk about our first times with anything and everything, I guess. Because, I mean, what do you want to go with first? What do you think we should talk about first?
How about we start with the first time meeting each other?
First time meeting each other.
I feel like we've gone over this before.
We have, but we can kind of just like briefly go over it. Alex, you can go first.
Yeah. Well, Riley, I think I already mentioned it in the podcast, but I met Riley through his cousin Alexis because I knew Alexis first. We became friends freshman year. And then Riley is a year younger, so he came along the following year. And yeah, Alexis was just telling me about like, oh my gosh, Alex, you remind me of my cousin Riley because y'all both wear glasses, y'all like R&B. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can't wait to like meet the guy. And then you came to Cato and then we met and I was like, oh yeah, this dude is kind of similar to me, yeah. And you were very shy and very introverted and I had to I'm an extroverted guy, but I had to put in a little more effort to like get you going. And yeah, eventually you did get comfortable and then
The effort was shots.
shots, yeah. Shots and just and forced them to like tag along to me to like make like chaser runs and things like that. But yeah, that was the first time I met Riley. And then Luna, it was at Nick's dorm.
We have the same one because this was the first time we met each other, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was freshman year. Like I think like a month or two after I already met Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's funny because I don't think we actually like introduced each other.
Well, no, Nick was like, oh, this is Alex, my friend, and this is Sarah because I met you at the same time I met Sarah.
Mm-hmm. But I felt like we
Mhm.
never actually like said hi, like I'm Alex, I'm Luna. I felt like maybe Nick already told you about me and he already told me about you.
So we kind
So
of just knew
then
of each other.
yeah, so then once I came in the dorm, we did like you're like I remember because you already like knew my name because I think
Mhm.
the first interaction was you poured me a shot. So
What?
yeah,
I knew that.
yeah. So you're like, oh Alex, you want like how much you want for this shot? And I was like, oh yeah, you could pour the same as everyone else. But yeah, that was what I remembered from our first meeting.
Yeah, it's funny though because what's it called? That night, like, okay, he lived in a different dorm building than Nick did, and so he had to leave, but he wanted to carry his bottle with him. All right, but there's campus like security always walking around. Sometimes they just stop you. And so literally that same night before he left, he was practicing in Nick's dorm, walking back and forth. Does this look suspicious? Like he has the bottle in his jacket and he's kind of holding like this, like practicing. I was like, me and before, like, what are you doing? And then you're like, what? I got practice today. What looks suspicious? And just kept walking back and forth. I was like, yeah, you look fine. You don't look suspicious at all. It was very funny because like that's my first impression. I was like, damn, this dude's a little weird, but not in a bad way. Because he just kept walking back and forth. But with Riley, I think the first time I met you, I didn't really meet you. I just saw you. But like my biggest like thing where I remember like actually like talking to you is when we had the party at Nick's house, the after party, right? And like we went somewhere, we came back, and I keep in mind I've seen him before, but this is like my first time actually like talking to him because he was sitting across from me. But this girl was really drunk. We won't name drop, but she was really drunk and she kept asking for a hug from him, and He's like this is her and I'm Riley. Like he kept leaning like this, but she's like, "Can I get a hug?" And it's just like so funny because I'm sitting there right across from them, like literally the table, like this, like literally sitting across the table from them, and I just remember like poor dude, and like
was probably a very scared man that night. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, and that's like I was like, "Are you okay?" After like she up and left, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know what's your first time meeting me, but I've seen you before, just not really met you, and that's the first time I actually talked to you that night, I think.
Well, my first time meeting Alex, yeah, it was that night. That what I remember. That night that I came out because of my cousin. It was actually his birthday night, and I introduced myself as someone who liked to take pictures. So they said, "Yeah, bring your camera," and that's actually the camera we're recording on currently. And I just took pictures of people and of myself with everyone, like selfie pictures, and that's pretty much what I remember from the night. And then with you, I remember meeting you maybe 2 weeks later at Sarah's birthday party. Actually, you
I
and
have no
Shania.
recollection.
I mean, there's no way Shania would have been there without you. I think
Yeah, definitely. I mean, trying to where was this birthday party?
her apartment at
Summit.
Summit. Yeah, I didn't know what that was called. Yeah,
Oh,
Summit.
it was
Jake,
me, Shania, and
yeah,
singing.
something. Yeah, but yeah, I remember meeting you. 'Cause that's my first time I met Shania too, and we were in the kitchen. Just
Okay, and now I think I was really drunk that night, so now I think it's coming back to me. I was
probably.
sober when we first met, but that night, this is when Nick got mad at me because we didn't want to leave. Me singing Shania, we were drunk, we didn't want to leave, and
That's some
so
real shit. No, but I'm pretty sure you were also there at Alex's birthday party, but I didn't talk to you at all.
no, see, like I think we came across each other like multiple times. It's just we don't really talk to each other. I don't know. Maybe it's just the introvert in me. I don't really. We knew of each other.
Yeah,
We just never really said anything to each other. Yeah, but
I think that was the birthday party where I already blacked out in like the first hour and they took me home.
really?
Was it?
I don't know. Only time I remember you blacking out hard or being really drunk was when College Station. You
College Station.
got so mad that night
yes,
because we were feeding you shots and we just wouldn't stop.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what happened that 20th birthday. Yeah.
what you mean 21?
Yeah, you meant 21st, right?
Yeah.
What?
I don't remember.
I mean, I'm obviously we don't support underage drinking, but I think well in my culture it's actually quite common for us youngins to start drinking early. I don't know about you guys.
Not me.
Well, I took my first shot when I was 18.
Mm,
Speaking of first,
yeah.
Yeah, we can go on to that.
yeah. No, it was
First time
my
drinking is
Yeah.
you're 18 years old.
yeah, it was my high school graduation party. So that was when I took my first ever shot, and it was Hennessy. Um,
Oh, yum.
yeah,
It's not bad.
yeah. So that was my first time, and then I didn't drink anymore until college. So
Mm,
it was okay because it was at my house, and my parents and obviously the family
mhm,
were there, so it was
mhm,
okay. But I don't remember if I was drunk or not off of that
mhm.
since that was my first shot.
Was it your only shot?
No, I think I took a couple more, maybe. I don't know. But I definitely was not drunk, or I don't think I was, because
Signs
it
are
was my
pointing to you being drunk right now.
oh, I mean, I remember still being awake and alive throughout my whole party, so I didn't, like I know I didn't black out or anything. I think I was alright.
Mm. My first time drinking, I was with my friends and I was heartbroken. I just went through my first ever breakup. Yeah, and it was like I didn't drink a lot prior. I think all my friends were starting to drink before me, but I didn't think that was something that I wanted to do. But I think I was just so sad that I turned to not a good thing. I turned to liquor for the first time. I didn't get that drunk. Surprisingly, I think I took like 10 to 15 shots that night, and I was like,
Damn.
fine, because I think I was more sad than like
Yeah.
and like I felt it obviously towards the end, but it really like was like damn. I mean, I think it was like I was drinking Jaeger bombs that night, soju, and I think it was Captain. So it wasn't like too bad. I feel like I was like what 17 at the time. That year I did turn 18, but it was like junior year, and I was just going through it. I mean, sometimes you just need something to turn to, and liquor was there.
Oh, geez.
Liquor will always be there.
Number one coping
Do I
mechanism.
regret it? No, but it definitely really opened my eyes on how liquor affects you and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just never really looking back. It was more fun. Like I didn't cry because when you're heartbroken, you cry. I didn't really cry until later on the night when someone was bringing it up, but then that was also the same night that I got over it being heartbroken. The next morning, I was like, "Yeah, I'm done. That was one time crying that much, and then first time drinking. Yeah, I'm good. I'm over this dude."
Well, since we're exposing ages, I was also 18 when I took my first shot. Technically, my first shot, someone spilled a shot on cookie cake, and I ate the cookie cake not knowing that.
All right, then that doesn't really.
Yeah.
Well, it was also I was heartbroken, not over a breakup. I was just sad over a girl because she didn't want me. But I just decided to take it out that night because I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm turning 18. Actually, I was 17 turning 18. Holy shit.
Yeah, right.
It was 2 months before I turned 18. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just do it for the first time. All my friends are doing it.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, my friends weren't even there. It was a family birthday party.
Oh.
But it was like a young adult, around my age group,
Yeah.
our age group. So I was like, fuck it. And I'm around people I'm comfortable with, can be myself with, express myself. And honestly, first few shots, I was like, yeah, I'm still sad. Next 5, I was like, I like this music. I was just singing the entire night. It was so fun.
He still does that.
Yeah.
He still sings like that.
Actually, if you look up my name on YouTube, you will see a video of me from that night because I recorded a video of me singing
And you posted
with my cousins. Yeah, we posted on YouTube. I posted 2 actually, but one's unlisted. I might even unlist the other one because it's pretty embarrassing.
After this, you might as well.
But hey, that's more traction on my account. But honestly, I can remember it, which is surprising. But
yeah, right. That's what I say. Like for me, I wasn't that drunk.
Yeah.
I was just more so sad.
Because in one of those videos, you see my cousin, she grabs my neck and puts a bottle down my throat.
Why would you?
Oh, God.
And
gagging in my
it was so funny to me. Especially you can see it in the video. It's so funny. But yeah, I think I chose a really good group to spend my first time drinking with. And ever since then, it's just been downhill.
Yeah. I guess I can go to the second. My other questions, when your first heartbreak. That was my first heartbreak.
Oh,
I mean, then a couple months, literally 2 to 3 weeks later, I met Nick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would say my first heartbreak was in the end of 9th grade.
Oh.
That was the first time I ever got really involved with a girl. Growing up, I didn't really talk to anybody. It wasn't until 8th grade that I got out of my shell. And then 9th grade, I was sitting with. Okay, so for the first day of school, I guess that's another thing we can talk about later. But the first day of school, it was like a conjoint lunch, so every lunch was together. And I didn't, as I said, I didn't talk to many people. So I had my cousins, Callista and Alexis, and I sat with them. And their friends, they're a grade above me, so of course they already had friends going into high school. But I was on my own. I sat with them, then I met this girl, and our ball, the snowball, just rolled, and we got really close, and then it all just stopped, and I was like, damn, really heartbroken over that. But what can I do besides just process it and move on? Back then, I didn't want to have anything to do with any substance, so I was just like,
oh yeah, me too, for sure.
Yeah, just dealing with this on my own, and yeah, end of 9th grade.
I think my first genuine heartbreak, was probably sophomore year of college. I was seeing a girl. We were kind of dating, going on dates. Not really a good. I guess we didn't really communicate well of what we're doing, what are we what are our intentions, sort of thing. So she would still kind of also see other guys too, and she was kind of openly.
Are we thinking about the same person?
I feel so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and she was openly okay with posting that on her stories too. Yeah. Yeah, she was okay to hard launching.
Oh, so you were not upset, but kind of sad because you guys also establish anything, but she also was also doing
Yeah,
these things.
like I'm like yeah. I mean, we probably weren't even exclusive, but and we didn't like obviously confirm that with each
Mhm.
other. But I was like, dang, still just seeing her with like other guys is like, yo, so like,
Alexa, play
Yeah.
"That Should Be Me" by Justin Bieber.
Yeah. No, Alexa play Marvin's Room by Drake.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Was
But yeah, no, that was yeah. Obviously, that hurt me, and then again, I just stopped seeing her or like texting her. Or, like I don't know how things ended. Yeah, we just never communicated again, and yeah, that was I think like a month or two. I was yeah in my feelings.
Would you consider that your first love?
Oh,
Damn, brought
like
that down and deep.
my first love.
Because like love, you don't even have to say like I love you. Just like this is
It's a
like,
feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling.
Like falling in love. I don't think she was my first
Okay,
one
then
of
who
falling
was
in
your
love.
first love then?
I won't say who,
Um,
but
Oh,
when.
when
did you? We're not gonna name drop, but
um, well, I don't know if this is
it's okay if you haven't had one yet either.
no. It's like I don't know if this counts or this is a bit little silly, but
Mhm.
I had like a fat ass crush on like a girl way back from like third grade all the way up until like high school.
Dang, your crush went for that long.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's some real shit.
So this is your first crush then. I guess we can,
this
this
was
is your
technically
first,
yeah,
crush.
and like over the years, obviously I would like kind of forget like obviously like the feelings like okay like I would kind of forget about her like obviously like I go through middle school, I go to high school, I see like you see like new girls and then you're like oh she's actually you know you kind of think about them a little bit more, but like I still felt like I always like the feelings always still like come back to her because I still obviously still see her too. So yeah, so I don't know, she's like she's always like been on my mind for some reason even though like I've never like
Rent free.
talk to her or like you know we didn't really do anything, but yeah, so I guess I kind of want to say that that's me, like that was my first.
You would say that's your first love and first crush.
The fact that like from like third grade all the way to high school the feelings were still
There.
lingering. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hmm.
My first crush was this cute little Mika boy. I went to, like this dude also like we went to like kindergarten to like high school together. Like I just thought he was very cute. He was just like he had blonde hair, blue eyes. That was my type back when I was like a little girl. It only lasted like 2 years. I got over it because like like what's it? Maybe I had a crush on him like from first grade to second grade or third grade, so 2 years, and like maybe fourth grade. I don't remember, but it's funny because like I got close to him, not really close to him, but I got to know him better in high school too. And just it's funny because my sisters were always poking fun at me because they know that I used to think that he was cute. I used to like him so much, but obviously, types change and feelings change. I with an Asian guy, but that would be my first crush. My first love was also that tied to my first heartbreak. I'm like this person. I was with this person for 2 years. We did a lot together. First for everything. I think it was definitely a learning lesson for me for this my first love. This is my first boyfriend and everything. It was just interesting time. This is a time of change. Like when you're like 16 to like 15 to 17 years old, you're kind of like going through a lot, kind of like not finalizing, just kind of feeling yourself out and like finding who you are as a person. And I think definitely for both of us, we just changed and just didn't really work out anymore. And then heartbreak and sad, and then I got over it. And so, yeah. How about you?
I would say my first crush was in second grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna lie, after second grade, I'm not like y'all. I just completely forgot about her.
Mm.
But then I moved houses in fifth grade, and the next thing I know, she's on my bus stop from all the way to middle school. I'm like, oh shit, did I do anything? Hell no. But she was still there. But I would say my first love, like you,
Mm-hmm.
was okay, not like you, but the first heartbreak with the girl in ninth grade.
Yeah, you really felt like this is gonna be like was going to be your first love.
Yeah,
You could consider it though.
I would absolutely consider that because, as I said, I was always really sheltered, not really talking to anybody. But then, like, next thing I know, here she comes into my world. We just talk, text all day, FaceTime all day, and like a little stuff happened behind the scenes with my cousins and her, because like she was expressing to them that she liked me, and I was expressing to them that I liked her. But neither of us knew the fact for each other, but only they knew. So when they found, okay, about when I first told them, like in the room, like on some teenage girl shit, because they already knew that she liked me, but they didn't know I liked her. So I told her. They screamed so loud. Like, you can imagine Alexis screaming. Yeah. It was so funny to me. Like, that's a core memory with me and her. But yeah, they were there for the rise, the like peak era, the
when it hit the climax.
Yeah, and then the complete downfall. And Alexis was also there by my side, you know, helping me cope going through it and all. We would go on driving like, cruises and shit, sing songs. I was like, yeah, I would consider that my first love. Maybe it's just heavy infatuation, but sometimes you can't really tell the difference, you know? Yeah, but I don't regret it at all. I'm glad that we knew each other, got to know each other, and do all this.
Definitely, it's like a stepping stone.
Helped to extremely grow as a person, you know, me. Yeah. So and I'm still friends with her, so I think.
You think?
Yeah.
But it's like it's kind of funny because like when like from this first heartbreak and everything, I kind of definitely learned a lot on how I am as a partner, as a girlfriend to my current boyfriend, and how I would want to be in the future. And it definitely just molds me and like what it's good for me personally. Like I'm really big on communication and very very big on like you can say sorry, but I rather you actually do something about it than like I mean, I like a good apology.
Yeah.
But still like I think it's just a lot of things that you learn when you're young. I mean, I think I'm still young. It's
Yeah, we're not fully developed at 25, guys.
my frontal lobe is not fully developed until then, but still I think all these like firsts, it's like all these like first times and first for it's a learning thing. I guess like for example, like I guess we can go and talk about my first date. That was, I mean, okay, it's funny because me and Nick, we didn't really have a first date. Um, we just wanted to hang out, but he liked me, but I didn't like him. I just wanted to hang out. I mean, I had PSEO, so I didn't have class until I only had one class during the day, and I had two. I had one class at high school. Sorry, I had one class at high school, like between like what 11 to 12, and then at PSEO at the community college nearby, but then it was online classes, and so I only had one class that day. And I woke up for the class. I woke up late, and so I was just texting. He was like, "Oh yeah, I woke up late for class. There's no point in me going because I'm literally going for that class only, and I leave." And he goes, "Oh, okay. Do you want to hang out or something? I can like pick you up." And so we he picked me up, and we just went to eat food, and I don't know, drove around a little bit. I wouldn't consider that our first. Okay, it doesn't look like it's a first date, but I would consider it.
I would.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, he liked me. I knew that he liked me, but I don't like him. But you guys, it's okay. We're 5 years together. Don't worry. We're great.
I don't really remember like my first date because I feel like it's again, it's like that weird thing where like you might hang out with like someone one on one and you might not establish it as like a first date, and you're just
Fuck all that. I would.
I don't know, you're just hanging out and you're just like, you know, maybe you guys are talking or you guys are focused on whatever activity it is, and that's what I've been kind of doing throughout the years, you know. It wasn't until when I've gotten older where I'm like I'm actually kind of seeking like going on dating is when then I would actually like be like, "Oh, you want to like go on a date?" Like actually like say like label it as a date. Um but again, it's for me, I mean, it's pretty basic. It's like, you know, we just go out, get something to eat or drink and just get to know each other. So, I don't really remember my very first date like specifically.
Yeah. You know, I'm in the same boat as Alex. I don't really remember my first date. I remember, like, as he said, like casual hangouts, watching a movie, or no, that's pretty much it. I don't remember doing a lot. But the first date that comes to mind when I think of date in my life is this one time. This girl actually had asked me on a date, and she was my neighbor actually.
Oh, sorry, that's coming back to me now.
Yeah, she was my neighbor actually, and she asked me on a date. And for this date, we cooked chicken pasta, I think, or katsu. No, what's that? The Italian chicken?
Chicken parmesan.
Something, yeah, something like that. Yeah, we cooked that, and then we went on a. She made a double date with her friend and her friend's man at the time, and after we ate the food, we went to a beach, not a beach, a bay. We're in Minnesota.
Yeah, the lake beach.
Yeah. And it was like nighttime. I really did not want to go in that water, but she was like, "Come on, just go in the water." I was like, "Fine." So we went night swimming basically.
Oh, anything you do for a girl. Wow, you're so sweet.
Yeah, bare minimum over here.
Oh.
And then we went home, and we showered in our respective places. You know, my place and then her place, and then we met back in her apartment. Yeah, her apartment. And right after we met back up, she was like, "Yeah, I don't see this going any further." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." But previously, before the date, she had told me about how she had been on plenty of dates beforehand and she had never received flowers. So before the date, the day of, I took it upon myself because I worked at Sam's Club. I stocked flowers and I bought a bouquet. And after she had told me that she didn't see anything further, I was like, "That's fine." But I already had my surprise ready for her. So she shut the door on me. But my surprise was like right out here next to the door. Got the surprise, knocked on the door again, and she opened the door. Her face was just completely like shocked. Like she felt so bad. I was like, "It's okay, you know. I just wanted to give you a good date like you would deserve. Give you flowers like you deserve, all that." And I really hope she took that into like not what I did, but like hope that a standard for herself, you know, that she
Mhm.
receives flowers on a date, that the guy does what she wants to do, you know.
Yeah.
So when I think of my first date, I would think of that. Do you remember that, the flowers?
Do I
I think
That's when I lived
I
with
think I
him.
remember
wait,
hearing the
was this
story.
was this
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who else is our neighbor?
I was like, are you talking about Rochester or Mankato? When you said that, I was like thinking.
No, this story seems kind of familiar. That's why I said, okay, yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Yeah. I mean, also another thing I don't regret, you know, just a good time. That's all I'm looking for in life. Just have fun. Don't need to make anything sad or bad.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic coming from me because that's all I do. I just like to listen to sad music.
He's Mr. Heartbroken, not breaker. Heartbroken.
Heartbroken. Yeah.
Heartbroken's not heartbreaker. Heartbroken. I guess what like I guess we can go into talk about like our first kiss. Yeah.
Oh.
So funny. Well, my
Oh,
first I don't
God.
remember I don't remember my first kiss. I remember my first kiss with Nick, but not with like my first kiss. Do you guys remember your first kiss? I don't remember my first kiss. I remember my first kiss with Nick only.
I remember my first kiss.
I don't think I remember my first kiss.
Well, my first kiss, it involved Four Loko, so that's always a fun story. That's
Go.
about as far as I'm going with that story, though. Maybe one day if we have,
You just beep it out.
just beep it out.
Yeah.
When she would,
Uh,
What? Was it at a party?
it was after a party. It was just me, her, and
Whoa. Isn't that awkward for
you don't know half of that story. I would love to tell the story one day, but I really cannot.
Live, laugh, and be love. That's so funny. How about you, Alex? You remember you say you don't remember your first kiss, right?
not like the first one.
Hold that thought.
First kiss.
Yep, Alex's first kiss.
I can't again. I don't remember exactly, but I'm just gonna assume I was seeing a girl, and it's been a couple of dates, and then yeah, we just went for it. That's what I just want.
Oh.
Was it before or after we lived with each other?
I want to say it's around that time, but I don't know if it's before. Maybe before. Yeah, I want to say it's around that time though.
Interesting.
Because if it was during, then I know exactly who it would be.
Oh no, definitely not her.
No.
Yeah. My first kiss, I mean, obviously I was with someone else, and so that's why I'm like, okay, I think we just like went for it. But I remember my kiss with Nick clearly because it was just so cringe. He's really cringe sometimes. okay, I love you though. Still, we were at a parking ramp, and sometimes we would just go there and just talk and hang out, right? And we like to go. We like to go stargazing, and so we were on top of his car, and he said, "Oh, let me go grab something in the car," right? And he gave me gum, right? And I was like, he's like, "Here, you want?" I don't know what. After that, it was respectfully. It was looking back, I'm cringing right now. Oh god. Oh god. Anyways, that's I'm gonna say it right there and there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'm shriveling. Just all coming back to me now. But it was weird because I just remember like yesterday because the way that he went. Oh, let me grab something in the car, and he went to grab a piece of gum. I was like, first, it's like, dude, does my breath stink? But no, he just wanted to kiss me, I guess. But
Have you guys have any experience of like doing like a smooth way to kiss someone, or have you experienced something like that? Like,
well, sometimes me and Nick reenact like how they kiss in the movies. Like, how do people find this so comfortable?
Right.
Yeah, like right, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just
Have you guys ever reenacted the Spider-Man kiss?
no.
Upside
I-
down.
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, live your life. Yeah. I don't know. That's the most. I don't ever do like if it's like I said, the way that he did it was really cringe enough. Imagine if he tried to do something else, and yeah, I would kill myself. Actually, like that's so cringe. I'm not a really lovey-dovey person, so when people like does like that what's the proper grammar? Do that kind of stuff to me? Yeah, no, I cannot.
I
I
agree.
shiver
Yeah,
up,
I'm like that too.
and I want to.
Yeah, I've never done anything smooth.
So you're saying you have?
well, I don't know if it's smooth, but I've done a few things. um, yeah. You want to hear one? Y'all want to?
Yeah.
Let's hear one, I guess.
I was like, I didn't think I was gonna be the only one. But okay.
Nah, man, I ain't about that life.
Yeah.
No, I've done one where like we
He's
were
cringing
like
now looking at it.
no, we were like eating, and then she had like I was like she like you have something like in your mouth, and then I act like I grabbed like the napkin, and I was gonna act like I was gonna like clean it or wipe it for her with the napkin, but I just went in for the kiss instead. I was like, oh,
Okay.
you got something there. Here, let me clean it for
You
you.
hear that? All single folk, take notes. Take notes right there.
Don't take notes. I'm still the only single one in the group.
Oh gosh. Like, oh my gosh, like I don't really like I rate that on smoothness. Honestly, a good 6 out of 10.
that
But
works.
cringeness, 10 out of 10.
Like
But you did it.
in the moment, that shit was probably
Yeah.
an 8 out of 10.
You probably like, should I?
Yeah.
Should I go for it?
But looking back,
Is this the same girl?
No, it's a
Different girl?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
how about we take it off the topic of love
Mhm.
and stuff like that? How about your first time traveling
Traveling.
or on a plane?
Okay, so like, for traveling, I remember my mom took me to Michigan when I was a baby, but I don't before I don't remember. But then my first time on the plane, I was 16 years old. Then me and my mom's side planned like a whole trip to Florida. You know me, I love Florida, and it's my first time on a plane. And people like I didn't know what to expect about it. Like people said, like, it's kind of scary. Turbulence is kind of scary. The first time I remember sitting next to Shania, and we were like, oh my god, like when you go up, you can just kind of like feel your stomach kind of and your ears pop. Turbulence kind of drops a little bit and stuff like that. I found it kind of fun. Like, oh, it's like a roller coaster ride. But I actually like playing, going on planes and flying places. It's ironic because I'm being a pilot, so I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really feed your
Yeah.
fuel to travel.
Yeah, for sure. How about you guys?
I know my first time on the plane was when I was like 2 years old going to Texas to see relatives, but I don't remember that. But the first time traveling that I vividly remember is when I was like 4. That's when I went to Laos the first time. I remember like moments there. Like I went to go see Loso live.
What?
Mhm.
No way.
Yeah. And then there was just a few moments where I was like with my aunts and uncles. I actually celebrated my birthday when I was there. There's a picture somewhere in my house that has like there's like a 5-layer cake.
Really? Because I think are you sure that was when you have 4 years old right there?
Oh yeah, but that was here. Yeah, I think the picture's actually upstairs. But of me in Laos. But yeah, that was the first time I remember traveling. And yeah, that was when I was in the motherland.
I think my first time traveling, I was also a baby. I was in Florida. My parents took me to Florida a lot because we had relatives down there, or we still do have relatives down there. And all I remember was they said I cried during the fireworks at Disney World, because
What?
big ass, I'm a baby. Those fireworks are booming. And then I want to say I don't really remember going on plane trips with my family, but my first plane trip that I do remember in my young adult age was I went with my cousins to Colorado. Yeah, Colorado. We went to go see our Bible study teacher and our pastor who had recently moved away. We were just visiting them because they grew up with us. So we go and helped raise us. So we, just go visit them. I would love to do that again, by the way, if any of them are watching.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was fun. We got to go around Colorado. One of my most magical experiences happened. Like, we were on one side of a tunnel. It was no weather conditions whatsoever. We were on the other side, complete winter snowland. It was snowing. I was like, what the hell? It's like a new universe we just popped into. Yeah, that's the first time traveling I can fully remember, I could say.
First time traveling with friends. What was
Colorado.
that? Was that Colorado for you guys? I think.
Oh, you were describing that
No.
trip?
No,
Oh,
Yeah.
but
oh,
our trip with Colorado. I think that was
Yeah.
my first time going with friends.
Wait, no. Well, traveling by plane, yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
My first time I went to Chicago with Sarah, Alexis.
That's your first time with friends.
Yeah.
I think my first time with friends was it with you guys?
I
Mm,
think that was for me. Yeah, Colorado.
yeah,
That was my first time.
but do gotta say, that trip was not for the taken ones.
Nah, that was not.
I literally felt like I was like the producer on like Love Is Blind, or because everyone was like trying to get with each other, and me and Nick were like, go. But first of all, I wasn't even fully invited first, but I remember Peter invited Nick, and I was like, "Are you gonna go without me?" He's like, "Well, like she asked me." I was like, "Okay, yeah, but then why would you go on a trip with all these single people and you're the one taken?" I mean, hello, like obviously not gonna do anything, but still, like it was a fun time. But I just don't think I would ever want to feel like I was a producer on Love Is Blind, because I literally sat there. It's funny because Nick fell asleep early all those nights, and so I sat there just watching y'all just not was saying it was like an orgy or anything. Like it was just like you could tell one people like not one like one. There's multiple people trying to go for one person, and there's that one person's trying to go for this person. It was just like literally when I say I was the producer of Love Is Blind right then and there. And I was like, I don't think I can go with this group. I feel like except for Sarah.
Sarah was on her own mission.
Sarah own thing, but them, yeah, it was interesting though. I think Colorado is fun. It was definitely something like I would go to again, but with a different group of people. I mean, you guys, I'm fine with you
I
too.
mean, I don't think we have to worry about that same group of people ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and plus, almost everyone's taken, so you don't have to worry about being a
Yeah.
Love Is Blind producer anymore.
It was a fun trip, but then I think my trip in 2022, because this is 2021, um me and some of our friends went to Florida. Like I said, I love Florida, and this really like solidified like how I really want to like get like a vacation home over there and like take my kids every year, because I'm a Disney adult. I love just Disney. Also love Universal, and I just this really solidified me like, okay, this is I gotta go every year. So literally like that year I went like once, and then in 2023 I went twice, and then no, I went to Florida 2021 twice, once in 2022, and then once again in 2023, and then last year's the first time I didn't go. I went to Miami though. I still went to Florida, just
I
Miami.
was like, wait a minute.
I did go to Miami, but not Orlando. I usually go to Orlando, and people always like, I'm so tired of it. It's like, how could you be though? Because there's so much things you can do in Orlando. Like when we went the first time with friends, we went kayaking. Water was so clear. Like I to this day want to go back and just go kayaking in those clear waters. Like we saw manatees, all the fishes. It was so like just I would say like the next time we go, we should all go as friends again. But everyone's like, I don't want to go to Florida again. It's like, well, boo hoo, boo you. Anyways,
Then
sorry.
you plan a trip.
Okay, and I would, but you know, we have some people.
No, not you. Like then, like the other people who don't want to go to Florida. Then you plan a trip.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But you know, it's funny because every time I bring it up, wait, right now, all of our friends are in like different financial spots. And
Yeah, I'm broke as hell. I
I
ain't
don't
going
think
on
you're
no
not.
trips.
I don't think you're that broke. I think you just don't have the like the savings for a trip right now.
Oh, I absolutely don't.
You do. he just if you guys don't know, Riley is a big saver. Like he only works for like a couple months, saves all that money, and then
No,
takes a break.
I'll work as long as I want to work.
Yeah.
I,
Are
the
you
only
working?
no, the only reason I stopped is because school.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't plan to go back to school. I just did.
Yeah.
So now I just I'm running low.
But he has that savings, and like we always talk about like if you really wanted to, you would. Like how you were supposed to go to Japan, but
Mhm.
you decided not to anymore.
For my friend's bachelor.
You decided to do that instead. So like if I were to plan something with all of us, I have a feeling that half of us will say no because financial issues or because they don't want to go to the place that we agreed on, and the half of us would go. And I was talking to Alexis about this. We should do that trend where we all write 3 places we want to go and put in like a cup or a hat, and then everyone goes around digging like grabbing a place, and then we're like, oh, this is we're not gonna go to blank, and then the last paper is where we're gonna go.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like the most common name.
No,
we
no,
go
no,
to.
no, no. It's like we all write 3 different places, and we put it all in a hat, and we going around just digging grabbing a paper, and they say, oh, we're not gonna go to Greece. Go over to this one
Oh,
paper last.
overseas too.
Yeah. And
Oh,
like,
list them out.
yeah, and in the paper, and the last destination is where we're gonna go. Like no ifs or buts. We are settling.
Imagine
to-
that's the
yeah.
one place only one person wanted to go.
Imagine though, but then like beggars can't be choosers. Like we did this fairly, you
Yeah,
know.
I
Like
suppose.
3 people might want to go to Korea, and one person might want to go to Japan. And if we go to
Yeah.
Japan, then we go to
Like,
Japan.
if I know we're going on a trip, I will work and save up all that money
Yeah.
until then.
That's the thing, like, well, for me, like I'm gonna say this all the time. I'm a planner, so like I would never ever throw a trip to you that's less than 6 months away. Like if I'm going somewhere and I want you to come, like I'll tell you that okay, we're going to like this year. This is like it's like for example, in 2026 we're going to Korea. I'm giving you a year to figure out if you want to go or not.
Yeah.
So you like buying tickets in August, figure it out.
Speaking of which, actually, the same dude I was supposed to go to Japan with, he 2 days ago asked me, "Hey, so May 2026 Asia trip?" I was like,
That's a lot of money. Asia trip is a lot.
"No, not for in the southeast."
I mean, yeah, but like you're gonna
Yeah,
you
but
don't want to spend multiple days in like
Yeah.
one area, and I think going. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off,
you're
but
good.
going on an Asia trip, at least you should at least before going on that Asia trip spend a couple days like go on your Japan trip, go on a Korea trip, and then go to like Laos. I mean, have you been to Laos?
Nope.
Oh, and Thailand and stuff, and then you can go ahead and do the
yeah,
Asia.
we were
trip.
just thinking Laos and Vietnam.
Oh, not even Thailand. I
He
mean, it's
didn't
right
say-
there.
Well, first of all, I can't even go. That's when I'm
Oh.
going to graduate. So I said, okay, we can do July, maybe.
That's so hot.
Yeah. So I was
That's tsunami weather over there.
like, sticky tsunami weather. It's
Huh?
to me, I
Fine, like
guess. Fuck it, we ball.
on the news, a big tsunami is hitting Laos right now. You while you just update us, guys.
I'll
I think
be-
we're gonna die.
I'll be damned. The only landlocked country down there we get hit with a tsunami.
So funny, but yeah, I think that like I know I told Alex that if he really wants to go somewhere, he should definitely plan.
I mean, he already said he wanted to travel this year.
Yeah, no, I'm open to. I mean,
Okay,
I've
wait.
already, I'm living my my openness prophecy
Yeah,
this year.
It absolutely is.
I've already been like, I mean, at least as far as Minnesota goes, I've
To Chicago.
been going to like concerts and spontaneous events and things so
He's
far.
broadening his horizons right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next step is for you to
Leave
find
the
somewhere to
state.
go.
Yeah, now it's time to actually travel. Yeah.
I mean, what's it called?
Michigan's pretty during the summer.
Alexis loves Michigan, which is so random.
It's a pretty nice place.
No, I know. I just because I mean I go there to visit family,
Yeah.
and so I'm like Michigan, all the places, like interesting, you know.
Mhm.
But she said about the lake only. But my next place I'm gonna go visit too. Well, it's gonna be Japan. That's my first time. I mean, I left the country before, but that's like on a cruise. So it's like not real. Is that really like going to different countries? Yeah. I stayed in Jamaica for like 8-10 hours that day. Got to see the taste of Jamaica. Um, but otherwise, yeah, just go ahead and start planning, Alex. If you want to go somewhere, you gotta let us know. Unless you have other friends.
Yeah, my I've been getting a lot of posts on Nashville, so low key.
Nashville.
Hey,
I
they
have
do host
mhm,
Loud New Year down in Tennessee. Wait, is that?
Yeah.
mhm, yeah, I have relatives there too, but I've been seeing a lot of things to do in Nashville.
Oh yeah, Pader. Did she talk to you about going to Tennessee for Loud New Year?
Oh no, I don't think she did,
I
unless that
think
was
she
like
said
a
something to
prior
me.
year.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Interesting. It's funny because I wouldn't go to Nashville next. If I'm going to go to a different state, I'll try New York first. I've never gone to New
That's
York.
what
New
my
York is
mom wants
so
to do.
scary.
Well, I feel like, if I can do Chicago, then I can do New York.
That's true. Just there's more crackheads there. My little cousin got yelled at by one.
Oh. But
So lucky
I mean, like I said, like if I'm gonna go another, I have already have my trips planned out this year, and 2026. I usually just I have to plan out my PTO. Hello,
Yeah.
it's running thin, but
I think if I were to travel again, I want to go back to Seattle. I really like that place.
really, I feel like I was in Twilight.
Kinda, yeah.
Like it was in April, so it's kind of raining, a little bit colder. But I went for a concert, and it was like we went to so our concert venue was in um it's not Seattle, it's the city under Tuck the T. I forgot what it's called. I don't know. But basically we flew in from Seattle and we went straight to pick up the rental car and we drove and it was cloudy, rainy. I was like, this is literally I feel like I'm part of Twilight right then and now. I feel like Edward's gonna jump out the trees and like I'm gonna see Jacob in his wolf form.
They're gonna say shirtless.
Yeah,
just hiding behind a
shirtless.
tree.
It was rainy. It was like definitely like I didn't see a lot of sun, so I was like, I really did feel depressed.
Well, I went during the summer, so
Um,
yeah.
I heard summer is really nice over there,
Yeah,
but it's like more. I feel like Seattle is more like I feel like yeah, this is how I say it. Seattle reminds me of Duluth,
I
like
can absolutely see that.
yeah, like the trees and like the lakes and um everything. That's how I can compare it to. But it literally felt like I'm gonna live on like in a cabin.
I just want to go to all the hiking spots around.
Oh yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
like Crater Lake's not that close to it, but I do want to go back to there too. I really like Crater Lake.
Mm, interesting. Have you gone to Seattle before?
I've not, but I do want to.
So you're saying that your next trip is gonna be Nashville?
Well, it's what's been kind of been popping up on like my For You page,
So it's
so
like,
it's kind
is
of
this
hinting.
telling me?
Yeah, is it telling me?
It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
If you go and plan it, I'll be down. I got people over there.
yeah. I'll see. I'll see what I can find.
Wait, he figures out what to do. That's funny. I guess we can do one more first. I mean, it's about to hit the hour mark here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What else do we say?
Uh,
First time.
oh, realizing you're an adult.
Oh, first time realizing
Oh
I'm
yeah,
an adult.
that's a good last one. I think my first time realizing that I'm an adult was my first day of college when it was moving day, and then that's when like yeah, I finished moving into my dorm, and then my parents left, and then I was just by myself, and that's when I was like, oh shoot, I literally can do whatever I want without asking like my
Yeah, if I could
parents'
go.
permission. But then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm hungry, but my mom's not there
don't have
for
food.
dinner, so I have to figure out what I want to eat for dinner. And then I guess the days after that too, that's when I'm like, okay, I actually have to like plan. I have to when I want to go grocery shopping, when am I going to do my laundry? Um yeah, when am I going to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then obviously when classes start, then I have to work around that. So, yeah, that I guess that welcome week of a college freshman year was when I realized that
This is adulting.
this is adulting. Yeah.
For me, I mean, even though I went to college, I started my freshman year, I guess, like during COVID. So like, I wouldn't say that was a big adulting moment for me. I think I realized when I was an adult, like I guess two separate times. So the first time was when I first bought my car. I worked my credit score to buy my own car, and start paying those bills. But then getting my first like big girl job, like a full time 40 hours a week kind of job, really really like, opened my eyes. Like, oh, this is big girl money. This is like big girl status and everything. But I've always been more mature for my age too. So I started paying bills when I was young. Like when I first got my job, I started paying for my own bills and stuff like that. I just didn't want to burden my parents in that sense. And so I think slowly I started adulting young, but there's still a part of me that's always will always be like, I guess what's that word? A kid. I will always be a kid at heart. I mean, I know how to be an adult and pay my bills and do adulting things, but I guess like the biggest the I guess the final the full circle moment, because I guess like the way I see it, it's like okay, I got my first job at 16, started paying my own bills. It's starting to become a full circle. Getting my own car, it was like the halfway point, and then like getting the big girl job was like okay, this is a full circle moment. Like I'm an adult now. I'm done. Also, when I graduated, like because when you're in college, you're still kind of a kid, you know.
Till you come back.
Yeah, to come back. But like I mean, I always lived at home. So I just getting my big girl job and just kind of be more independent like that really made me feel like I was
Yeah.
adulting. Hmm.
I would say my first time realizing I was an adult was in my sophomore year when I lived with Alex, because that was my first time. Because my freshman year, I lived with my cousin. I didn't really, feel like I had any responsibility to do anything. I still did stuff, but
Hmm.
now I feel like that I lived with people who I wasn't growing up with, familiar with, or no, I could just fuck around with like that in the beginning. I was like,
Hmm.
okay, I gotta like not be rowdy, not be messy, not be any of that. I had to actually pick up after myself. I did that too, but like be mindful of what I do now.
Hmm.
So I had to like actually be serious in how I was and what I was doing with Alex and my other roommates. And I was still in school, but then with again, not again, but like in agreeing with Luna, I would say I had a second time I realized I was an adult was when I dropped out of school. I was still in a college town. I was still living with Alex, but I wasn't doing shit. I was just laying in my bedroom, just doing nothing, just rotting there. So I was like, I need to do something. I need to get my life together. So I got a job and I worked 40 hours a week, just picking up my slack from anything I could, any way I could. And that was actually the first time I started paying my own bills too, with my rent, with electricity, with gas. Although before then I just helped my parents help me with everything, but that was my first time actually doing all that. And that really put the mindset of how I save my money now too, because I don't want to spend my money uselessly. I had a Temu phase, but that's it. That's gone now. I hope.
I feel like when you have your own money, you kind of feel like you can buy everything. Like it's funny because when in college, I didn't really have a full time job, and I would get money from my school because I my scholarships would be over my tuition, so they'll just give me free money. I could last a good like 3 to 4 months on like $3,000.
Yeah, me
And
too.
now like I get paid like half of that every 2 weeks. Why does it go down so fast? All these bills, man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Now that I'm back home, I ain't got no bills. I'm so glad. But I'm also an only child, so I don't have to worry about anything else. Just
Mhm.
don't die and don't be stupid or end up in jail. That's like what all my parents ask
Yeah.
for.
Just
So
be smart with your actions. I think my biggest adulting thing is like, you can't really you could I think with especially the way that my culture is, like you can always turn back to your parents and
yeah.
ask for help,
Mhm.
but I don't like burdening them with my bills. I only really ask when I know I can't really afford it. But ever since I got my big girl job, I was able to afford everything. Don't need to ask.
Yeah.
If anything, I can fund things for them. Um, but I don't know. It's just I guess it's like the biggest thing that I've learned is just like, it's okay to be an adult. It's okay to take your time being an adult, and you can still always be a kid because I mean, we're all growing. I just literally remember being 18. Now I'm 23 years old. Yeah, sorry.
Imagine being 23 and over. Could not be me.
Oh, girl, you're literally 2023, literally in 2 months.
Not now though.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, Alex, any last things to say about adulting?
Um, yeah, no, just kind of, um, just saying what you guys said. Yeah, take your time. Yeah, we all experience growing up differently, and when it's our milestone to be an adults, and obviously we're still relatively young. There's still
A lot to learn.
there's
Yeah.
still a lot for us to experience, and hit us in the face like, oh shoot, we're actually adulting again.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, like the next, I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking like, what's the next milestone for me? It's like buying my own house, maybe one, who
Getting
knows,
married.
getting
I
married,
think mine
having
being next.
children.
Yeah, I think mine will probably be getting married, but that's not happening anytime soon.
Mine is just graduating. Fuck.
Oh, baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah, baby
In
steps.
a year, it's probably buying a house. I think you know what's crazy though. Before we leave, buying a house. It's funny. I was talking to Jay about this. It's not the prioritize things on the top of my head to want to do. I feel like I want to
Me
buy a
neither.
house with like 35 after I'm 35 years old.
I just want to do it when I know I can afford
Yeah,
it and
exactly.
not die.
Yeah.
Well, so
Bankruptcy.
it's like though like I feel like people like want to buy a house now, which is no by all means great. Do you if that's your big goal? But like I feel like the way that me and Nick's lifestyle might change, like we might move city to city. There's no point of buying a house.
People are definitely rushing to grow up and want to
Yeah.
say they're
I regret rushing to
only
grow
on
up.
their own.
Yeah, I regret rushing, getting a job early, paying bills early. Not regret. I just feel like I could have taken my time, but also I like to do stuff on my own time with my own money. That's why I did it. But
Yeah.
hopefully you can get a house and I could live with you. Just kidding.
Let me leech for a while.
Yeah, me and Nick. We're not gonna be home that often anyways. Just kidding. Yeah, anyways, I think that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us without Sarah and her great. I love her opinions on things. She's so funny.
She'll be back
She'll
next
be back.
time.
Yeah, in our next video, she will be back, and then we'll probably have more topics to talk about. I mean, if you are listening to this along, you can comment or suggest things you want us to talk about. It's kind of hard figuring out what to do. We kind of just
Free ball.
free ball it and just figure out things we want to do literally before we start recording. But anyways, thanks for watching and listening, and see you guys next time.
Yeah, wait. Let us know if you like this camera I'm using right now. I'm trying out something new right now. So
Period. All right. Goodbye, guys.
Later.
Later.